Welcome to my channel where real stories meet real lessons. Today, I'm sharing a powerful journey, one about love, betrayal, and an incredible rise to success. It's the story of how losing everything became the reason to build an empire. So sit back, because this isn't just a story, it's a reminder that sometimes the greatest revenge is living the life they said you never could.
I grew up in a world that didn't expect much from me. A black boy from a neighborhood where the streetlights buzzed louder than hope, where sirens outnumbered dreams, where people whispered more about survival than success. But even in that noise, I believed in one thing: love. And for a while, I had it. She was my partner, my confidant, the one who sat with me on rooftops, dreaming out loud about a life we swore we'd build together. We didn't have money, but we had each other, and back then, I thought that was enough. Until it wasn't. The night she left, I can still hear it. The sound of her heels tapping against the floor. The silence heavy in the room. The gleam of a luxury car waiting outside. She didn't look back when she got into his vehicle. The millionaire she had chosen over me. To her, I wasn't a man with potential. I was just another broke dreamer with empty pockets. That night, something inside me broke. But in that brokenness, something else was born. If she could trade love for wealth, then I would trade heartbreak for power. If she wanted luxury, I would become the luxury. Not for her, but for me. I turned my pain into fuel. While others slept, I studied. I devoured everything: finance, investing, and especially cryptocurrency. People laughed at it, called it a scam, but I saw something different. A system where nobody asked about your background, where nobody cared about your skin color. All that mattered were numbers. I lost a lot in the beginning. Nights of watching red charts drained my soul. Days of feeling like I was playing a game I couldn't win. But then, I remembered her leaving, and instead of breaking me, that memory sharpened me. Then came the first win. A small investment tripled overnight. My hands shook staring at the screen. Not because it was life-changing money yet, but because it proved I wasn't crazy. It proved I could do this. That small spark became an inferno. Soon, 6 figures appeared in my account. Then more. I didn't buy flashy cars. I didn't blow it on status. I sat in silence, savoring the feeling of finally not surviving, but thriving. And then came the moment. I walked into a restaurant, just a simple one, and there she was, sitting with him, dressed sharp, smiling like she owned the world. But when she saw me, the smile cracked, because I wasn't the same man she left. I carried myself differently now. I had weight, presence, confidence. I nodded politely, nothing more. For the first time, I realized I didn't need her to see me. I had already seen myself. As my wealth grew, new doors opened. I walked into glass towers, stood on stages, spoke at conferences, where I was often the only black man in the room. People doubted me at first, speaking slow, testing me, waiting for me to stumble. But every time, I showed them that I belonged. Not because they let me in. Because I forced my way in with knowledge, precision, and resilience. And something shifted in me. I realized this journey wasn't just about her anymore. It wasn't even just about me. It was about rewriting the story the world had written for men who looked like me. I started investing not just in coins, but in people. I bought properties, funded businesses, gave opportunities to kids from neighborhoods like mine. My success became more than money. It became a weapon, a tool to break barriers others said were permanent. Then came the conference in New York, a room full of powerful men, in tailored suits, the kind of room she always dreamed of being in. And there I was, on stage, commanding it. Voice carried across the hall as I spoke about resilience, about turning pain into power. When the applause hit me, it wasn't just respect. It was validation that I had already won. She had traded love for wealth, but the irony was clear now. I was becoming the wealth. Success has a funny way of drawing the past back to you. First, it was small messages from her. Casual check-ins. The kind you send when you're testing if a door is still open. I ignored them. Then came the charity gala. She walked in with him, all smiles and elegance, but her eyes betrayed her. When she saw me, standing in circles, she thought I'd never enter. She froze. She came over, her words soft, coated with nostalgia. "You've changed," she said. "No," I answered. "I just became who I was always meant to be." Her husband shook my hand, his grip strong but his smile weak. He knew. He saw what she saw, the man I had become, a man built in fire, forged in loss, unstoppable in resilience. Not long after, the cracks in their empire showed. His business collapsed under scandal. Headlines smeared their names, and the luxury she chose started slipping away. That's when the messages changed. No more casual words. This time, regret. Long, aching regret. Apologies. Admiration. Nostalgia for a life she could have had if she'd stayed. But by then, I didn't need her regret. I didn't need her apology. Because I had already built a life louder than both. The day I hit billionaire status, the world called it history. To me, it was destiny. A number on a screen confirmed what I already knew. I had rewritten the story. I wasn't just rich. I was free. Free to take care of my family, to send my mother on vacations she never dreamed of, to fund scholarships so kids who looked like me could break cycles. Free to own my time, my choices, my legacy. And then, like fate, she appeared again. Alone this time, her voice softer, her eyes carrying the weight of years. "I made a mistake," she whispered. "I thought I wanted security, but I chose wrong. You became everything I wanted, and more." For a moment, I remembered the rooftop nights, the promises, the laughter. But that man was gone. "You didn't choose wrong," I said. "You chose what you valued, but me, I chose me. And that made all the difference." She asked if it was too late. I smiled, peaceful now. It's not about too late. It's about the fact that I don't need what I used to need. I am whole, with or without you. She left that night, shoulders heavy with regret. And I watched her go, not with pain but with gratitude. Because she had been the spark, the flame that lit the fire. If she hadn't left, maybe I would never have risen. And as I stood on the balcony of my penthouse, the city lights glittering like stars at my feet, I whispered the truth of my journey. She traded my love for wealth, but I became the wealth. And in that moment, I wasn't just free, I was eternal.